Hello everybody, this is SidiousObsidian here, and this is my first blog, well, up-to-date vlog in a very long time. I've myself been away doing so many things that I'm now going to bore you with by talking about them. So, if you don't like me, rabbit on, I would say check out my new videos, but I haven't uploaded any yet because I've been preparing. I said we've been preparing. Who's we? Me and my army of mice that I don't have because we've left traps out and I've not been able to capture any yet to serve my slaves. Slaves. Then I have a video editing crew. Don't know what I'll pay them with because they're not having cheese. Cheese is my thing. Well, literally and metaphorically, I mean, I'm famous for famous one-liners that are cheesy. Nope, there's no mice down there. And there may never be any mice. I could have an editing team made of spiders. Unfortunately, we always seem to have plenty, but no, they've got enough stuff to worry about. Like catching all the flies that like flying into my window. Or through the window. Yes, through the window, because I've got magical powers. They can go through glass, know what I mean? Through the window when it's open, because you know, as much as I love my yellow walls, unfortunately a lot of insects think it's a flower. One gigantic flower. Wouldn't mind if it was a Venus flytrap lily. Imagine that, Venus flytrap lilies embedded into the walls to grab flies and nick the noses off unexpected burglars. Oh, that would be amazing. Very amazing. What am I talking about? Hell, what am I talking about? I've forgotten. And also, why can I only click like this when my hand's facing upwards and not like that? Why can't I click? Ah, I've got it. Hold on. Maybe it's just this hand. No, actually, no, hold on. Got sweaty hands. Not good clicking hands. Anyway, I need to think. What was I talking about? Within 2 seconds. Okay, I have a thought. I've remembered what I was talking about. Went on holiday. I've been getting some videos ready for you guys, and I've been to Brighton. Yay, Brighton! Okay, 3 things to talk about. Well, 3 merging into 8 things, because you know what I'm like. Ramble. Okay, so on holiday, I went around with a mate of mine. Nice mate. Spent 6 days? Yeah, 6 days with him. And what did we get up to? Oh, good grief. You know, it was only this week, and I've got, well, a bit of last week, and I've got a memory like a flippin' sieve. We made big plans. And like any big plan to go anywhere, it's usually... Anyway, we watched some programs, some series, a lot of television. First time I watched television in a very long time. Watched a lot of How I Met Your Mother. No Jeremy Kyle, thank goodness. Oh, myself, if we were going to watch that. Then they could play Pinata with me. And oh god, I've given myself a migraine just leaning my head to the side. We spend... we also watched a bit of Flash Forward. That's a really good program by the makers of Lost. And you know what? We watched it on the day that we decided to devote entirely to building Warhammer. We went out on the Monday, we bought some Warhammer, got back, and it took me from 12 to about 8 o'clock at night to put one model together. Well, I take my time on these sort of things, take my time, and it took me so long to paint the thing. And we kept watching flash forwards, and we got about episode 18 of the first season, and at that point it was like, what's going on? I've lost the plot, but it was a good show. I'm going to sit down, watch it another time. We also, we went shopping and bumped into one person of interest, and she was out shopping with her mother. It's nice to see people every now and again. A mate of mine got a phone cover, and another mate of mine got something else of interest. Can't remember, my brain, like I said, sip. And yes, I bought some new games. Now, you're probably thinking, oh, but haven't you got enough games you want to plan for us to watch? Well, Agatha Christie, then there were none. It's finishing up soon. And unfortunately, the game does seem to drop a little bit in. You know, at the first it was very sludge-dudgery, and then it got very interesting, and then the game has trouble, I think, personally, trying to maintain that interest, and various characters start dropping like flies. So I was going to do the next Agatha Christie game in the trilogy, but I think I'm going to give it a rest. I'm going to give it a rest, and I'm going to plow on and do some other games. Now, I know I've also got CSI games and Sherlock Holmes games, but no, I went out, bought some others, and I think I'm going to share with you what I bought. Okay, I bought, well, it's technically only 5 boxes, but I kind of bought, well, 9 games. I know, 9. I mean 2. Here are triple packs. I mean, this triple pack, I love it when they do games like this. It's just, you know, you can just pick them up and go, ooh, bargain prices, 3 games. I've got 6 games here. 6 games which I think they are semi-point and click. There may be a bit of movability about them. One's called Murder, Mystery and Mirrors, with the return of Monte Cristo, the echoes of the past, and this one around here. No, which way am I going? This way. It's a bit disorientating with the camera because it's opposites. And Hidden in Time, Mirror, Mirror, or just Mirror. I think it's just Mirror. Maybe Mirror, Mirror. Oh well. And the other one's called Murder, Mystery and Masks, with this one here, The Mysterious Chronicles of Betrayed Love. Ooh. Something romantic and murderous about that. One long to it is The Secret Order, New Horizon. I really hope that The Secret Order is not a series, and new being New Horizon means there's been an old Horizon. That would be rather confusing if I did a game after a game, or maybe a prequel before the old. I'm thinking too much into it. And then the last one looks very interesting. Shattered Minds, Masquerade. I would burst into song right now and start singing that song Masquerade from the Phantom Opera, but you may or may not know this, I've already been copyright ID'd. I know, I've been copyrighted ID'd. It's not the same as copyright flagged. I would wave a flag, but I don't have one on me. Oh, hold on. I can use some of this up here. It's copyright flagged. It's yellow, but well, no, I mean the toilet paper's yellow. I don't mean there's yellow on it. I mean, even though it looks white in the camera, it's actually yellow. It's the lighting I've got. And okay, you're probably wondering why have I got tissue in my room. Well, before you jump to conclusions and start yelling pervert at me, well, I've also got normal white paper and yellow one. I don't think. Can you tell the difference on camera? Yellow? White? Besides, before you start yelling at me, when I was on holiday, my sister was getting her bedroom painted. She had all the furniture out, and what happened was that some of it ended up in my room. I'll just turn it. Yeah, as you can see, I've got her drawers. Her wooden drawers, not, well, other drawers, but that there. The other one's in there somewhere. And yeah, so I don't have to sleep on this, thank goodness. It goes back soon. But yeah, so this room was a lot worse, let me tell you, when I first came back. There was all sorts on my bed, on the floor, and 2 mattresses here. And actually, I have no idea where Amy was sleeping. I think she was sleeping downstairs on the couch. But I was like, oh no, my room, it's a storeroom. Well, some people would, my parents, I think, would probably argue it was already a storeroom. So, the toilet paper is actually is actually from my sister's room. And why has my sister got toilet paper? Oh, probably from when she has cold, she has a habit of, well, I do the same thing. We go into the bathroom, we just carefully lick the toilet roll, put it under our arms, and we just dash out, because we're going to need all that toilet paper with our long, big, runny noses. And I just think any surplus she had, she just didn't bother to put back into the room. I mean, would you, if you actually have unrolled this, but would you, if you only had about that much? That much? Is it really worth it? You might as well keep it for another day when you also have a cold again. Why was I doing the flag waving thing in the first place? Yes, copyright ID. Yeah, I got copyright ID for total. Oh, sugar! Oh, landed on my foot! It landed on my foot! Okay. Finish nursing my feet. Well, foot. Unless I've got 3 feet, which I highly doubt. Yeah, I got copyright ID'd for Bonnie Tyler's Total Eclipse of the Heart, because it was in the campaign of Battlefield 4. And I've had it, I did some sort of snippeting program. It's alright if you got ID'd, it's only if the company decides to actively search for it and decide to, flag it and get the video knocked off your channel. But I went through the proper procedures and got it removed. Unfortunately, it didn't just remove the soundtrack, which I thought would be very clever for YouTube. No, it removed all of the 2 minutes in which the song was heard permanently. So you've lost me talking for about a minute or two, but it doesn't really affect the audio all that much. I need to find out why part 2 of Battlefield 4 did not upload as well, so that's something for me to do. I'll probably sort that out and get it uploaded for Friday before we upload the other rather extravaganza free-to-play for Friday. So, yeah, copyright ID, can you flippin' believe it? So I won't break into song and start singing Masquerade from the Phantom of the Opera. Good musical though, go and look it up. 2, I said 5, hold on, where's the third? Oh, the third's... Where's the third? Ah, number 3 was this one. Ta-da! The Asylum Conspiracy. One mate has played it, said it was really good. But another mate said because he said it was really good, it must be very crap. So, maybe really good or really crap. So, knowing they are both either right or wrong at the same time, it's probably going to be very mediocre. That being said, this probably won't be the one I'll first dive into. The Nightfall Mysteries Asylum Conspiracies. The other game was recommended by David500, The Mystery Case Files of Ravenhurst. It's number 3, and I've got a feeling this is part of a series, so sorry David500, I'm not going to have this on my to-do list for quite a while. I'm going to kind of wait until I can get 1, 2, and then I'll play 3. So, on the shelf for a while. Sorry. Finally, the last game is another CSI game. Oh, fudge, it's upside down. Another CSI game, CSI New York. And I have watched CSI New York on and off. It unfortunately usually clashed with other programs. But because of that, I am going to watch a bit more of it, and then I'm going to play this after Agatha Christie. Apparently, they only ever released 2 games apart from this one, so I'm going to keep an eye out for the sequel of this one. And then I think I'll play this for cold case, whatever, blah blah blah. Individual cases, I'll do them, and then I'll move on to another murder mystery. Sherlock Holmes, why not? So, did that, and got home, and this sounds like a bit of a moan, it really does, but when I got home, everything was smelling of smoke. Now, I've got nothing against smokers. People that I know who smokers are delightful people, but the thing is, growing up in a no smoking environment and the house doesn't smell of smoke, it's really clearly obvious when something does smell of smoke. Smell of an ashtray, really. And there's nothing against ashtrays. Get really decorated ashtrays. I knew a mate that collected ashtrays once. He collected lighters as well. And you know what the strange thing was? He never smoked a thing in his life. But he loved collecting vintage ashtrays and lighters from old to new. You know, I've got a feeling he's going to be a pyromaniac someday, because when he got the lighters, all he ever did was go, wow, flame, wow, flame. Stared with such intensity. Almost thought he was going to singe off his eyebrows. So let's just hope his tertiary interest, apart from collecting lighters and ashtrays, is collecting, you know, satchels of petrol. Can you get a satchel of petrol? Okay, can of petrol. Or can of gas, if you got any American listeners out there. Because it's going to be boom! Anyway, got that washed, and if anyone comes over my house and you're a smoker, I'm afraid I've got very bad news for you. You're gonna can't go out the front because, well, what are the neighbours gonna say? Probably nothing. They probably won't care, give two shits. But I don't know. Can smoke damage cars? Paintwork? I don't know. You'll most likely be sent all the way down the bottom of the garden, right by the apple trees, right by the fence, and you can smoke. And if the wind's blowing just right, it will blow into the neighbours at the bottom of the garden. Doesn't bother them. They smoke like chimneys, and we don't really like them that much. Correction, we do like our neighbours. Right, neighbours, don't get alarmed. We do like you. It's not like you've ever done anything wrong to us, apart from try to steal a tree. That's right. I've had neighbours try to steal a tree before. Funny story, that. At the bottom of the garden, we've got 3 apple trees. Huge. Well, I wouldn't say... Well, if you're smaller than me, they're going to seem huge. They're about... Well, I don't know, they seem huge to me. They're about... One's about twice my height. One's about 1.5 my height. And one's about twice my height. And very large. As if I gained an extra 24 stone. That large. In branches or whatever. Mind you, the way I'm going, I may end up at putting on 24 stone a year. Oh god, I really need exercise. Anyway, they want to steal our tree because right behind our apple trees we've got an all silver beech tree. Silver beech tree? Oh, silverwood tree. No, big beech. Silver beech. Silver birch, not beech. Silver birch tree. Imagine if you could go to seaside resorts and instead of having like sand or pebbles, you've got silver. I have a sleeking silver, so when you sit in it and the water comes in, it just washes you back out to sea. Oh, imagine if they were like shingles. Ooh, be like sit down. You paint the beach red. Anyway, silver birch, and what happened was they were taken down. Their wall fence, so to speak, because, I mean, our fence is on the left-hand side, always our fence, and they end taking down their fence for God knows how many years. And you know what? The guy who lives at the bottom of that house, bottom of our house, the bottom of the garden, lives in that house, works for the council, and for the planning department, so he shouldn't have known that was his fence. So when they were getting the new one, they signed a deal when we weren't at home. I think they planned that. Or maybe it's just wild coincidence. But when we were looking outside, they were trying to steal a silver birch. I'm positive that's what they were trying to do. Because I was watching them from the window. And I saw them moving their fence further up our garden. I was thinking they were trying to steal a bit of our garden just so it could look even. So I made myself known. I decided to get out a chair and sort of lie back and watch them. You know, it wouldn't have been that bad if it was sunny. Then I would have an excuse to say I was sunbathing. But it was actually pouring it down with rain. So the fact that I was on a deck chair, leaning back, watching them, getting soaked, it's a bit strange. I was tempted to go up and get some shampoo and soap So I would at least claim that I was being a naturalist. But they finished long before I had the chance to act on my idea. But it looked like they were trying to claim the silver birch, because if they claimed it, they could cut it down. Claim it was always on their side, because it at the moment has a tendency to lean on the fence, and they probably think it blocks out their sunlight, which I think is a load of poppycock, because they've got a flippin' huge tree in their garden with red leaves. I think that does more sun blocking than our little skinny little silver birch. But they wrapped it around it, and we kept the tree. That's all that matters. We kept the tree. Well, no neighbours stealing our silver birch. It's a nice little tree. Because you have to be careful, silver birches, because you can't prune them, because they bleed so very easily. And they won't come back again. They won't grow again. It's a sad thing, so don't prune your silver birch. Unless you want it dead. Never want a tree dead. Anyway, oh good god, I'm going on to 25 minutes. And I haven't even talked about Brighton yet. Oh, for God's sake. Okay, heads up, this is probably going to be divided in half. Why? I don't know. Maybe if you just didn't ramble so much, we'd get through this faster. Okay, I'm going to stop this here, and then, because even if we do cut out all the jargon, it's still, for some very bizarre reason, YouTube hates long videos. Well, it doesn't hate them, it just takes forever for them to upload. So, I'm going to stop here, edit this out, and stay tuned for part 2.